So this is a Windows subsystem for Linux terminal or WSL terminal. So it's already installed Ubuntu OS. So today I'm going to show how to initiate Git a local repository on a specific folder, right? So first I will create the new folder here. So to create a new folder, you use this specific command. So mkdir, so it's make directory or make new folder. So I initiate with the name Git uh, pro. So Git pro. So just for a simple example, so let's check the folder is already created or not. So we can use this list command or sort from SLS. So you can see the specific folder since I have other folders as well. So this git pro. So let's move go inside this git pro folder. So now we are inside that specific folder. So I first clear the terminal. Okay, so we are going to initiate our local repository. Before that, make sure you already install Git. So you first to ensure that you can check the Git version. So you see there I already installed the Git version. So if you don't, please install Git. So you can apply like sudo apt install Git. There's a command specific one. So please check in online. So if otherwise you need a separate video, please tell me. I will create another video. Okay. So let's create or let's initiate our a local repository. For that purpose, you use this specific command like git init. So git init. So it's going to initiate the hidden repository that's going to track your files. So the files you are creating within this specific folder, like your project or like simple like shell scripting or like you are automating any script since it is for more focused on operational side, like operation infra side, like DevOps or MLOps side. So okay, let's run this command. So you can see in the last line, it's initialized empty Git repository, specifically in this specific folder. So the Git pro folder I already created. And if you want to check, it's already initiate this the local repository. There's a specific command as well. So first I clear this terminal. So you can check that specific the repository using this specific command like you can see this is the .git. This is the hidden repository or the hidden git .git file. So it's going to this folder going to track your files. It's mean for example, you create a new file, and if you want to git need to track your changes, then you should tell this hidden repository or hidden folder in order to track your file. So I will show with the example. Okay, so wait. I will create a new file. So we already installed Git and we already initiated a local repository with the Git. Okay, so next I create the new file. So for that you can use touch command. Let's create a new file name. Sorry, shell script.sh. Again, it's a simple script. So now I already create that specific file. So if you want to check, you can use list command. See, the file is already created. So it's again, it's a bash script. That's why this extension sh showing here. And let's open this bash script file. So to open, you can use various editor, text editor like Nano or like V editor or Vim editor. So I'm trying to use Vim editor. So I open Vim editor here to open that file. So shell script .sh. So here I open that specific file and okay, now we will zoom and before write any code, so commonly we initiate with for bash scripting shebang. So shebang is nothing. So we telling the system on the OS we are going to write a bash scripting. That is the purpose of that shebang. So to initiate that, this is the way. So first before that we want to write or edit or modify this your file within Vim editor, you should first press insert option. So there's a button called I. So if you click I, so you can see in the bottom it's showing insert. Once you press the I button, after that you can start to write or modify. Otherwise, you are unable to modify or write any new things within this file. Okay. So now we start to write that shebang I mentioned. Okay, this is the way of writing shebang. And bin bash. Okay, so I initiated. So it's going to tell the OS we are going to write bash scripting. That is the main goal of this the first line. It's an executable file. Sometimes we call it executable file because we have various executable like dash sh. But since nowadays to executable files in bash script, we should explicitly mention this bash. Otherwise, we can't randomly tell like sh, because if we mention sh, then it's going to some system like Ubuntu nowadays by default using the executable as dash. So yeah, that is a conflict. That's why yeah, I'm trying explicitly mention I'm going to write a bash script. Okay, so next again it's a simple code. So I just simply write y equal to x plus 3. Okay, so now I write simple one line just for a demo line. So now I'm going to serve the file. So for that, first you should press escape button. Then you should press the colon. Then you can see the bottom. Then W Q and explanation mark. It's going to save the file. Okay, now the file is saved. So if you want to see the file like what are the lines of code inside, so you can use different command like you use cat and cell script the file name here because that's my file name. You can see this is the exact line I wrote. So first line is a shebang. The second line is a simple line. So just simple addition by some y equal to x plus 3. Okay. So otherwise we have another method also. So you can see then this code with the line. So which line the code represents. So for that purpose we use batcat cell script dot sh. So dot sh. You can see that the file is a file name, and this specific command allowed to see the line numbers, the code line. So for the first line I write cbang, and the third line we have y summon x plus 3, so y equal to x plus 3. So this is something no, it's more readable or like it's kind of structured format. So yeah, so this is the way we can create a file, edit a file, and we can show the details inside the file with specific command. So now our purpose is like we want to make sure this specific file is able to track by our Git, because we already initiate Git, our local repository. So we want to check this specific file Git's going to tracking or it's not yet start. So for that purpose, you can first need to check the Git status. There's a specific one. So before that, I clear the terminal. So you can check that the tracking part using this specific command. So see here, there are untracked files. It's mean our local repository, then the hidden folder, it's not going to tracking yet our file that we created, cellscripting.sh. So if you want to, our Git need to track this file, then we explicitly need to set this file should be tracked. The version we are going to change or the modification we are going to change also need to be tracked. For that, there's a the specific command we are going to use git add. So here going to put our file in the staging area. Staging area is our file ready to store in our local repository. Since our local repository is racked by .git file, so we are going to tell through this git add command, putting our file into the staging area. Okay, so for here after this command, we should mention our file name as well. Okay, cell script dot sh. Okay, now again we check the git status. Okay, let's check its status. See, now there it's have the red, it's mentioned the red color and say untracked files. But now see, it's come to green. So it's mean now our Git, our local repository, start able to track our files. So that's we create a shell script.sh. This specific file now able to track by Git because we already putting our file in the staging area. But also now changes to be committed. It's additionally we need to do our file need to be stored. Actually, we are not yet stored in our file, our local repository, but it is in a staging area. So it's mean we have another step need to be completed. So for that purpose, we have another command. So first I clear the terminal. This command called git commit. So it's going to store our current changes. So the modification we made, it's going to store our local repository or it's like the card. So it's going to change okay, going to store the current changes. Okay, so git commit and m is nothing message. So we called we got some message here. So just say it is the first version. Just simply I will put first version. And so now see it's now the files change, three insertion and create mode. So it's mean our file, our created file like shell script.sh is already stored. So if you again check the git status, see on branch master, nothing to commit because we done our work. So from now onwards, whatever we change, make the Git, the local repository, able to track our changes. So every time we make new changes, and we explicitly need to say to modify or track this specific file in order to maintain our different version. So this is the way to this is the way to be our local repository maintain these files. Again, the next video I will show how to push this file in the new empty repository through the remote repository, especially like I'm going to use GitHub. So like a remote repository like GitHub, how we are going to push this file in a remote repository with the help of our local terminal. Okay, so yeah, so we will continue with the next video. Thank you.